This trick excites me. I love it. I've loved it for many, many years. Back in the 80s, Chris Kenner taught me his original version of three-fly. A year or two later, Gary Kurtz from Canada taught me his version. I think it was called Misty Like a Dream. I've played with it for years and years. I've added many things, taken many things away. This is the routine I use now. It's my personal favorite handling for the three-fly fingertips coins across effect, which I understand originally came from Jonathan Townsend of New York. I call this three-fly-3. And the way I love to introduce this is, I tell the audience, a lot of people don't know this, but magicians, just like musicians, we have to warm up before a performance. Here's a little warm-up exercise we use, particularly those who use sleight of hand. It's a simple mystery with 3 silver dollars, 2 empty hands, nothing up the sleeves, and the idea is to cause these coins to vanish from one hand, fly through the air invisibly, and land in the other hand in slow motion. Watch. There's number 1. Here. Oh, and by the way, if you miss the first one, don't worry, there's 2 more to follow. Coin number 2 will join number 1, just a little blow. There it goes. Yep, 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 yep. Number 2. Now, coin number 3 could go the same way, but just for fun, I'll do it a little differently. Backwards. It starts on this side, and it jumps to here. Now, it seems to me if this one can go backwards, in theory, these 2 should go backwards as well. They can, and the next one goes the hard way. That's through the pocket. Watch closely. Whew, just made it. 2 here, 1 here, the last coin. If you don't blink, you'll actually see it travel. Watch, watch. Man, the pressure. I could do this. 2 here, 1 here, the last one will go. La, 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 la. Sorry. I buckled under the pressure. 2 here, 1 here, the last coin will vanish like the fading of a mirage upon the desert dust. Over to here, that's right, my friends, it's a simple mystery with 1, 2, 3 silver dollars, 2 empty hands, nothing up the sleeves, and I thank you for your kind attention. Well, playtime is over, my friends. It's time to get to work. You might have noticed I put on my work shirt, rolled up my sleeves. We've got some serious business to take care of. First, however, I should explain the way I'm going to explain this routine is with colored chips. Please, under no circumstances, perform this handling of this trick using colored chips. It should be done with silver dollars. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But just to make it easy to follow the changeovers, etc., colored chips, okay? Black, white, red, green. Well, the time has come to explain every detail of the handling of three-fly-3. Now, to make it easier to follow, I've decided it would be a very good idea to use 4 different colored chips. That way you'll know exactly what's happening during the various changeovers, that type of thing. First thing you do is you put them all in your pocket in this order, so that when you pull them out of the pocket, the white will be on top. Now, the first move is to apparently put all of the coins from your right hand into your left hand. What you really do is the Al Baker technique for secretly holding back one of the coins. In this case, you just rest your thumb on the top coin, the white chip, and as you turn your hand over to dump them into the left hand, you just hold back that coin. Slide it back a little bit if you want to, or if you think it's necessary, but basically you just pinch that between the base of the index finger and the thumb. Not the base of the finger, but the lower part of the index finger like this. So you toss those. This coin is finger palmed as the right hand just moves out. All the attention is on the left hand. You fan them out in a big fan. Now, it's very important that they're overlapped approximately halfway, and the coin that's on the top is, in this case the black one, is closest to your body. In other words, this will not work if they're fanned in this way. The top coin is closest to your body. That's very important. Now, the grip is also important. The middle finger is on the bottom coin at about the 9 o'clock position, if that was a clock face. The index fingertip is on the middle coin at about the 9 o'clock position, and the thumb is on the back of the top coin at about a 7 o'clock position. Because when you do the slide back vanish later, this grip is very, very important. Okay, now the first thing you're going to do is the opening sequence. It's going to look as if you're transferring the coins one at a time from your left hand into your right, but that's not at all what happens. The first coin, the lower coin, in this case the green chip, as you pretend to take it in your right hand, what really happens is secretly your left hand curls in the fingers. Without the chips, it looks like this. You just pull in the index and middle finger and thumb. That brings the entire stack of coins in with it. The ring finger reaches over and hooks onto the opposite edge of the bottom coin, just like this, and then the index finger and middle finger and thumb push the other 2 coins out. So this is the move. If you want to practice it, you bring them in, you hold one back, you bring it in. Later, you're going to put it back where it came from. So that's the move. Now, the hands come together as if you're going to take the lower coin. What really happens is the left hand pulls in, you secretly grab the lower coin. At the same time, the right hand brings this coin to the fingertips. Now, fortunately, you don't do this all at the last instant. You don't bring the hands together and then at the last instant do this and this. You've got plenty of time. As the left hand moves from the left towards the middle, it does its part. As the right hand moves from the right towards the middle, it does its part. So if you do these two moves together, it looks like there's three here. Bring the hands together and separate them. So it looks like you just took the first coin off the bottom of the stack. Now, while you're showing this very cleanly to the audience, I usually flip it into the air, catch it, and end up with it in a finger palm position. That gives you plenty of opportunity for the left hand to secretly return the coin back to the bottom of the fan. But as this is done, the hand turns inward so the audience does not see it. What the audience sees is the back of your hand. Okay? So all the attention is on the right hand. They see the first coin. This is what happens. The two hands come together very quickly and smoothly. You take the bottom coin, and in a continuing action, you tap the second coin against it. So it looks like there's the first coin that was already there, and now you bring the hands together, tap the second coin against it. Okay? Then you show the third coin very cleanly in the left hand, place it on top of the fan, and there you have it. That's the opening sequence. There's one more thing I like to do is I use my empty left hand to pull up my right sleeve, then very cleanly place the fan of 3 in the proper position for the slide back vanish. Remember, middle finger, index finger, thumb, and use my dirty right hand, because it's got the finger palmed coin, to pull back the left sleeve. So that helps conceal the fact you've got something hidden. Now you're ready to start the coins across routine. The first vanish is the slide back vanish. The thumb is going to pull the top coin downward and inward. Now this is going to take some practice. It helps considerably if they're smooth coins, of course, but also you don't want to just slide it down between the other two, because then the audience will see it from the front. If you slide it inwards too much, they'll see a little flash of the coin from here. So this is the part you practice in front of the mirror. You slide it down in between the other two, and then inward just enough to hide it. So the audience will get a very clean view of apparently two coins at the tips of the fingers. So that's the first vanish. You can snap your fingers here. That's a nice touch. Just snap your fingers, produce the coin in the other hand. So that's the first coin across. Here's the changeover. After I show the first coin across, I usually flip it into the air, catch it, end up with it in a finger palm position, and then as I say something like, if you didn't see the first coin go, don't worry, there's two more to follow. Here's where you do the changeover. You take the lower of the two fanned coins in the left hand, in this case the green, you tap it like this so the audience sees that. Here's the move in very slow motion. You finger palm the coin in the right hand, middle finger and thumb takes the bottom coin. At the same time, your left thumb fans out the hidden coin, and in a continuing action, as the hands start to separate, this coin is tapped against that one and that one. So you say there's two more to follow. So that's the changeover. You've got an extra coin now. Now you do the same type of thing to vanish the next one, but instead of using a slide back vanish, you bring the coins in, the ring finger hooks the bottom coin, and you push this one out. So basically all you're doing is you're finger palming the lower of the two coins in the left hand. And there's plenty of action because you're going to go like that. So it's a bit of a wind-up as if you're ready to throw. And that gives you the cover for finger palming the lower coin. So you vanish into the air, and to make the clink, you just let go of the one coin at the fingertips, let it hit the one already in the finger palm, and you've got the second coin across. Now I say I could make the third coin go in the same direction or in the same way, but just for fun, for something a little different, let's try to make it fly in the opposite direction. Openly, I place it on top of the fan in the right hand. Now notice you're holding the fan in the right hand in the same slide back vanish position. Middle finger, index finger, and thumb. So all you have to do now is blow on these coins, secretly slide this coin down, and it creates the vanish. You see? And of course all that's done is as you bring the coins up to blow, and you bring your hand back down and it's gone, and then you produce the coin in your left hand. So the first coin has flown in the opposite direction. Just like before, you do the same type of changeover. You say, well, if that one can go backwards, very slowly, remember, finger palm that, grab the bottom of this one, fan out the hidden one, start to separate the hands. I say, these two should be able to go backwards as well. They can, and the next one goes the hard way. Actually, this is the easiest one of all. The lower coin in the fan of two, in this case the green, is just going to get dropped into the pocket from the very top. So I'm going to just drop that into the pocket. As it goes in, the hidden coin in the left hand is just brought to the bottom of the coin that's visible. In the exact same way that you did to put it there, you bring the fingers in, you hook it, you catch it, you bring one out, You do the same thing in reverse to bring it back. You bring this one in, middle fingertip presses these two together, and you bring them out again. Now that's done very quickly as this visibly drops through the pocket and you catch it the other hand. Now you're ready for the big finish. You are clean at this point, so that's a nice way of getting rid of the fourth coin. You say the last coin, watch very closely. If you don't blink, you'll actually see it. Now from the audience's viewpoint, there's a lot of pressure. They're really watching. You know this is the last chance they've got to catch it. So you say, watch closely. Here it goes. La, 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 la. Openly place it right on top of the fan. Now notice you're in that slide back vanish position in the left hand. This will usually get a very good laugh. Under cover of the laugh, pretend to take the coin back. Here's where you do the slide back vanish. Under cover of the right hand, you pretend to take it, but you slide it back secretly, bring the hand away. Now from the front, it should look like you just came and you took the coin. Don't show the thumb tip like this. Keep the thumb tip hidden behind the fingers. I show these two very cleanly to the audience. They see exactly two coins at the tips of the fingers. The last coin, you say you're going to vanish it, hop, into the air, catch all three, fan them out. You've got 3 coins now in the left hand, one at a time very cleanly. I place them into the right hand, fan them in the right hand one last time. Your hands are otherwise empty. Place them in your right coat pocket or your right trousers pocket, and you're all reset for the next demonstration. Well, if you've stayed with me this long, we're ready to go through the entire routine again from the very beginning, but this time with silver dollars. I highly recommend you do this routine with silver dollars. Soft coins, very soft. The smoother the better. You don't want them to make a lot of grinding noise as you rub them together. Now, for those of you who have never dealt with or used soft coins before, this is what you do. Go to a coin shop or a pawn shop and find the smoothest, the most well-worn silver dollars you can get. Fortunately, they're also the cheapest because coin collectors don't value them as much. If you can't find well-worn coins, you can make them yourself. Just get any silver dollar and get a whetstone, a stone that's used for sharpening knives, and make figure eights. Just hold it against the stone and go around in figure eights with your fingertips over and over and over and over again. There's a reason for using figure eights. Di Vernon told me this personally, although he didn't know why. He learned it from Cardini, as I recall. But I was giving a private lesson, and the guy just happened to have been a man who grinded telescope lenses. And he told me, if you go around in circles, eventually one of the surfaces will become concave, one will become convex. You want these silver dollars to be equally worn on the entire surface. That's why you go around in figure eights. Occasionally, you might want to put some oil on the whetstone or some water, but eventually, you keep doing this until it's perfectly smooth. Turn it over, do the exact same thing on the other side, and you have smooth, soft coins. Once your coins are nice and soft on both sides, and like I say, they don't make a lot of grinding noise as you rub them together, you're ready to do the routine. Now that you understand exactly how the trick is done, I'm going to go through the entire routine again at regular speed, explaining what I'm doing. But since you know what's going on behind the scenes, you can watch it from the audience's viewpoint as well, and you can get a general idea of the timing and that type of thing. Are you ready? You've got coins in hands. We're ready to begin. Start clean, of course. Reach into the right pocket with the right hand, of course, and just take out all 4 coins. Remember the Al Baker thing? You hold back 1 as you toss the other 3. Make the fan. Don't forget they overlap about halfway. The upper coin is closest to your body. You do the opening display, which is this. That's the first part. Show it. That's the second part. There's the third part. Now's a good opportunity to pull up the sleeves, transfer the coins, pull up this sleeve. That helps conceal this, remember? And you're ready for the flights. The first one, slide back vanish. It's gone from here. Snap the finger. That's a nice touch. And produce it in the other hand. So there's the first coin across. Now you do the changeover. You say, if that one can go, the next 2, if you miss the first one, there's 2 more to follow. Finger palm vanish this one. It goes through the air invisibly into the other hand. So that's 2 across. No changeover this time. You say, I'll try something a little different with the third coin. You place it on top of the fan openly, blow here, slide back vanish in this hand, and it jumps in the opposite direction. Now you do the changeover again. Say, well, if that one can go backwards, in theory, these 2 should go backwards as well. They do. The next one, the hard way. Now that, of course, was the changeover. Now you do through the pocket. Just drop it in and produce it with the other hand. 1 last coin to go, so you don't blink or you'll miss it. 2 here, 1 here. The last one will fly across. Let the pressure and the tension build, then release the tension by saying, la, 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 la. There it is, under cover of the huge laugh. You pretend to take it back. Don't forget, that's the slide back vanish. Show these 2 first very cleanly with the fingers open. The last one you vanish like this, hop, into the air, over to there. All you have to do now is fan them out very cleanly now, one at a time, transfer them to your other hand, the right hand, and then place them in the right trousers pocket, and you're reset for your next demonstration of fl3. If you don't mind, I'd like to take just a few short moments now to talk about some of the fine points of this routine and where some of these ideas come from. The first thing I would like to talk about is what I call the slide back vanish. Where this came from is pretty simple. It was way back in the 70s. I heard that David Roth did a trick called the hanging coins. I finally saw him do this in the early 70s, where he would take a coin like this, he'd put it in his other hand, take the other coins, fan it, make that coin disappear. I had no idea how he did this, so I went home, I tried to figure it out, and that's when I came up with this idea. I said, well, let's see, he started with the fan, then he covered it with his hand. Maybe that's when he would slide it back behind the other two, pretending to take it, then pretending to put it in the other hand, and then doing this. So that's actually where the slide back vanish came from. Another thing I'd like to talk about is the opening sequence. There's a little bit of theory behind this. I like the opening sequence, although a lot of magicians might say, ooh, that's too hard to do. I think it's a very convincing way to show that your hands are unmistakably empty, except for 3 coins, when actually, of course, you have 4 coins. The first thing is the Al Baker hold back. If you want to use a friction palm, you can do that. Any method of secretly holding 1 coin back, fanning out the other 3. Now, if ever you have 4 coins posing as 3, as you do in this case, that means one of your hands must always be dirty. It has something other than what the audience believes it to have. For example, when you start, the left hand is clean because it has exactly 3 coins. The right hand is dirty. But when you do the first part of the opening sequence, this part, the opposite is true. Now it's the right hand that's clean, and the left hand is dirty. When you do the second part, where you tap here, remember the second part of the opening sequence? You've changed it again. See, now it's the right hand that's dirty, and the left hand is clean. So in other words, what's happening is the dirty hand is switching from hand to hand. So it's very, very difficult to follow. That's even assuming that the audience should be thinking you might have extra coins hidden. They shouldn't be in the first place, so it's a very, very clean thing. Some people might not like the idea of starting to have the coins go in one direction, and then halfway into the routine, all of a sudden, they start going in the opposite direction. If you feel that way, you could do this effect with just 3 simple flights, each one going in the same basic direction. Here's what I would do. Hold back the first coin, do the opening sequence like you do at the very beginning of the regular routine, and now, after you pull up the sleeves, hold back 1 coin here, pretend to put them all into the right hand, and now the extra coins in the left hand, and what's going to happen is one at a time, apparently, they're going to travel from your right hand into your left. The first one, simple slide back vanish, like this. Change over, so if you missed that one, don't worry, there's 2 more to follow. The next one, I would use the thing from David Williamson, where you just, instead of dropping the coin into your trousers pocket, you actually openly drop it right into your breast pocket. Just like this, hop, produce it here. That's the second one. Same basic direction. The third coin, you say watch, la 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 la, it goes to there. Under cover of the laugh, you do this, you vanish it, and it appears in this hand as well. So that's 3 coins all going in the same basic direction. Okay, that should pretty much cover it for now. I thank you for your kind attention, and please give this routine the practice it deserves, and it will serve you well. Thank you. Well, I think I could safely say that right now you've got all the information you need to perform this trick expertly. The rest is up to you. Just take a lot of time and practice it step by step. I don't think the routine is really difficult to do. It does take practice to get the routine to work smoothly from step to step. Let me give you one last tip before I go, and that is in practicing the routine, after you've learned the basic routine, in practicing it from the start to the end, I highly recommend you use larger coins, the largest coins you could possibly fit in your hands. I went to a shop that sells materials for making your own jewelry, and I found these large silver discs. These are solid silver. They're a bit larger than a silver dollar, in fact, considerably larger. And if you could practice the routine with these extra large coins, it's the same idea as a batter who swings several bats before he actually goes up to hit the ball. When you actually use regular-sized silver dollars to perform the routine, they'll almost feel like dimes, and it'll be very, very easy. So good luck to you. Please give this the practice it deserves, and it will serve you well for many, many years to come. Thank you.